Fox 2 Detroit is now streaming free on Fox Local. Download now on your preferred streaming device for live newscasts and more.
Training camp has begun. The Detroit Lions on the field right now, getting ready for the 2023 season. Fox 2's Dan Miller, the voice of the Lions, is live with us in Allen Park. Dan, good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, Ryan. How you doing?
Doing great, man. What's going on out there? Looks like practice. Are people still on the field there?
Yeah, you got practice number 2 of training camp. They started just about 8:30. They'll go to about 10. These first couple of days, they just called them getting acclimated days. They want the guys to just get back out there, get their legs under them. Then come the weekend, you start to put the pads on, things ramp up a little bit, but they want to make sure that they're taking care of these guys. One of the most important focuses they have is the players' bodies, because this is a long grind to get from here to that first game in Kansas City to that last game of the season and then into the playoffs and beyond is obviously what you're hoping. But along the way, you got to stay healthy. No, it's interesting. Kind of the dominant theme out here has been talking about expectations. There's been so much talk about how good this Lions team can be with the way they finished last season. I think there's questions about some of the teams in the NFC North around them. So the Lions are the favorite to win the division. We haven't seen that in quite some time. But I think at the same time, Dan Campbell knows his team has earned that, but he also wants them to respect that, because the only way you realize those expectations is to win games. The only way you win games is to handle things out here. So they're not thinking about Kansas City or the regular season. They're thinking about the next snap, the next drill, the next meeting, and just trying to get better along the way, and he discussed that.
Have significant goals, man, and we have high standards, and we're going to be better. But we got to be smart, and I just don't ever want the focus to be away from the work and earning everything we've gotten, because that's what we built this off of starting in 2021.
Yeah, and a little more in Dan Campbell terms. I was talking to him earlier this week, and he said when you start believing your press and how good you're supposed to be, that's when you get your teeth kicked in. So he's trying to prevent that from happening. And I think one of the key things is, they got some veterans on this team that'll help the young players, because young players are a huge part of the equation here. And them understanding what it takes to win in the NFL is a part of putting this thing together, Ryan.
Yeah, and Dan Campbell talked about that hype train as well. Everybody locally, everybody nationally picking the Lions to win the NFC North. But as he said, they didn't make the playoffs last year. They didn't win a playoff game last year, so they got to go out there and earn it.
Yeah, and Jared Goff talked about that yesterday. He said, look, we haven't done anything. You just said it, and it's what he said. He said, we didn't make the playoffs. It's not like we're coming back off some great season. Yeah, they won 8 out of 10 to start, but they started 1-6. So depending upon how you look at it, you got to come back out. Look, even the Kansas City Chiefs that won the Super Bowl last year, while they can come in with more confidence because they've been there and they've done that, everybody starts 0-0, and you have to earn it. And what people think you might be doesn't really matter. The Rams were coming off a Super Bowl title a year ago, had some injuries, and their season just fell apart. So it can get away from you very quickly. What you want to do is prepare, and that's what they're doing right now. Just put things in the best possible position to make you successful throughout the season. Make sure your guys understand the playbook. They're taking care of their bodies. They're doing all the things that you need to do to last throughout really what is a battle of attrition in the National Football League as you go through a season.
Hey, Dan, last thing. I know a lot of people are excited about heading out to camp over the next couple of weeks. Are there fans there today? What's the scene today there?
Fans will start this weekend. The first time out, you'll have season ticket holders only, and then they open the gates to fans. And those tickets went fast. They were free. They opened it up, and they went very quickly, and they're now all gone. I don't know if there's any plans to open any more up. I probably shouldn't even say that. I don't know that there is. But all those tickets are gone. But that gives you an idea how excited people are about this football team right now to come out here and even catch a glimpse of them in training camp. And it's great. And, Ryan, look, I know you feel it. You're a lightning rod like I am. People want to come up to you and talk about it, and it's fun, but there's also some trepidation because, as you said, as Jared Goff said, as Dan Campbell said, they haven't done anything yet. Look, this team practicing behind me is good. They've got a good roster. They should be the favorite to win the NFC North right now. But what we say right here on July 24th isn't going to mean anything when they go to Kansas City to play on September 7th. So, you just got to put the work in and be ready to go and be ready to do the things you have to do to win. Just look at 1-6 last year and look at 8-2 to finish. 1-6, turning the ball over, committing bad penalties. 8-2, not turning the ball over, not committing as many penalties. There's a way you have to play in the National Football League to win, and it's got nothing to do with what people think you are. You define yourself by how you execute each and every week.
Dan Miller, voice of the Lions, Fox 2 Sports Director. Thank you very much, sir. We'll check back in with you, I'm sure, throughout camp.
Fox 2 Detroit is now streaming free on Fox Local. Download now on your preferred streaming device for live newscasts and more.